Well, while Carol looks to the keys, I thought we'd take a look at some of the big weather stories from around the globe over the past few months. The weather's been reasonably quiet across the UK. It's actually been rather mild, but that's not been the case in other parts of the world. For many across mainland Europe, winter has arrived early. Only recently, the Czech Republic had the warmest October day since 1775. But that has all changed as, along with Poland, the country was hit by heavy snowfalls. Over 90,000 were left without power, while several people were killed as unexpectedly severe conditions brought freezing temperatures and caused havoc on the nation's roads. So how does an area go from record highs to snow? Well, first of all, you need quite a big intense weather system. This lump of cloud here swirling around, warm southerly air on one side of it, that was the record high temperatures across eastern parts of Europe in October. And then on the other side, cold Arctic air oozing down. You can see the colours changing from the orange to the blues, snow from the Alps to Poland, all the way south to the Balkans in southeast Europe. The Philippines has been the focus of some extreme weather over the past month or so. 2 storms in as many weeks have caused chaos in the country. Typhoon Palma brought intense rain and triggered deadly landslides that killed hundreds. The week before, Tropical Storm Katsana left over 300 people dead in the worst floods to hit Manila and nearby provinces in 4 decades. Well, this particular storm was quite unique because it dumped a month's worth of rain in the span of 6 hours. Let's have a look at this in just a bit more detail and I'll show you what happened. As we come in close, you look at the Philippines, our swirl of our wind field. As we went through the weekend, see how it sits there on Saturday, picking up the moisture from the Pacific, dumping it across the Philippines, causing the widespread flooding, and even still there on Sunday. Then eventually it moved away into the South China Sea, intensified to a typhoon, and then after that, moved in across Vietnam. The citizens of Sydney were last month left with a massive clean-up after experiencing their worst dust storm in several decades. The midweek storm dumped millions of tons of dust over New South Wales before heading north to Queensland. Visibility in Sydney was so bad that flights were diverted and harbour ferry traffic disrupted. Landmarks such as the Opera House were obscured and many residents were forced to wear masks to protect their lungs from the dust. So how do you get such eerie-looking scenes across parts of Australia? First of all, you need quite an intense weather system. This is our storm system winding up and deepening across the southeastern parts of Australia. The band of cloud, intense line of thunderstorms that work their way through. And then behind it, some very, very strong southwesterly winds that work their way in across central parts of Australia, which has been drought-ravaged, picked up some dust, and then just pushed it through to eastern and northern parts of Australia in that big dust cloud, and then eventually as far east as New Zealand. So I hope that explains things. I'll see you again soon.